Simon Harris. He, it's really, the movie's really a coming of age, story about a boy becoming a man and the problems he faces, with his family and friends and everything, and it deals with a lot of peer pressure, drugs, the ups and downs of drugs. He gets rehabilitated, and that whole thing. Great range in the character, everywhere from being the nice prep boy to this kid strung out on drugs and all these problems to being rehabilitated and getting his life back together and finding himself and finding the truth in his past and everything. So great script, great cast. Yeah.
How do you feel your character was developed through other characters that you interact with?
Well, my character was developed through some of the other characters in the movie because, you have the whole thing with the father. He obviously, like a lot of fathers out there, wants his son to go a certain route in life. Probably the route that he took. And then you come to the friends, Jennifer, Trace, who get him into the whole dead hen scene. He starts to get into the drugs, through Trace, who shows him sort of the good side of the drugs. And he, goes overboard with him and, creates these problems for himself. And Nurse Kate, who shows him the way out, I think.
Sort of a reality.
By letting him find his own way out, and tell, she's gone obviously through the same problems and seen the same thing, and now she's this nurse at this rehabilitation center, and she's showing him, how to get out of it, by himself, how to find himself.
Strip down what has occurred and sort of get to the core.
Exactly.
Is that sort of process what attracted you to the role, or was it sort of your mention of the range of the character that attracted you?
Well, it was really the producers that attracted me to the role. Kidding. No, I was attracted. I read the script and loved it. I fell in love with the script right away because of the different levels that Simon goes through. Because of the fact that he's prep to drug to rehabilitated, and found himself. It was such a great great amount of colors. It was like such a rainbow of emotions, and
That's a nice way to put it for this
yeah.
film.
It was a tie-dye of emotion. I can't express how much, how thankful I am that I worked with such an amazing cast. The chemistry, the acting was brilliant, it was so good. And
I mean, it seemed like the development of your character sort of mirrored your off-screen development, not so much as what actually transpired, but the development of the relationships.
yeah, and a lot of that happened offset as well, which was very helpful. It was, we all built this great friendship, and it really shows on screen. It shows, it's not like we're just a bunch of actors coming, shooting it, and that's it. We went out to museums and parks.
Yeah, that's excellent.
No bars and clubs.
What's next on the agenda?
Well, I'm there's a lot of stuff I'm considering right now. There's a movie I'm looking at called SLC Punk that I'm thinking about doing. Well, that I'm hoping to do, which would be a completely different thing. I get a mohawk and the whole shebang. But I don't think I will ever have an experience quite like Around the Fire. Brilliant. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot.